Hey, thank you for joining. This is Dad Games, and today we're going to be doing the complete guide for Seven Mortal Sins X-Tasy. This is a new gacha game that just came out like last week, and it's really taken things by storm. I mean, it's not like insanely popular, but it's definitely getting a lot of traction. You can download it on iPhone, Apple devices, or you can download it on Android as well. The Android version actually has what's considered like a super sexy version, and for those that are actually curious about that, all that really means is you have, let's see, is it profile? Yes. See, I don't have it here. That's because I don't have the super sexy version. I just have the normal version from the Google Play Store, which is fine. I actually have it on my phone, and so I think if you're like me, I think that'd be a good place to have it. So like, you know, people are not just looking over your shoulder and seeing what you're doing. But it's not actually that crazy. All it is that the illustrations, like you see here, they'll have like really like suggestive poses. You can kind of see them here. These are the soul mirrors, and basically they're just extra equipment. Like, you know how they like body armor and stuff like that. This game doesn't have body armor. They call them star shards, but this is like an extra equipment along with body armor. And as you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but there's like images right here, and so each section has a piece of like an image that's has the character in a suggestive pose. And so all this does is that when it's a super sexy version, you can see the whole picture without censorship. Like right here, it's hard to see because it's super dark, but right here it shows her and it looks like she's topless, and it suggests that because it has like a little sensor right here. But actually, when that sensor is gone and you have the super sexy version, it's not really her being topless. It's like her like shirt is like just covering like the nipple area. Like over here, she's bending over, and it shows a little sensor, and you might think like, hey, I'm missing out on a lot, but the actual picture is just showing her probably in her undies or something. So that's the only difference really. So when people get it on iPhone or from the Google Play Store and they see that this is unlocked, they think to themselves they're missing out on a whole lot. But like I said, honestly, you're not really. I mean, I'm gonna keep making videos about this game. So when I unlock the illustrations, I'll update them on my channel so you guys can see them and see that, you know, you're really not missing on a whole lot. I thought I was, so like I said, I got it on my phone, and after unlocking some of the illustrations, I realized it's not that big a deal. I didn't really unlock the illustration. I unlocked the soul mirror, and I get to see past the censorship, and it's not that big a deal. But what I've seen though is that when you go actually to here and you have 3 steps that shows exactly what the soul mirror shows, but the whole image, there's apparently, I don't know, like you can see it on YouTube, but apparently there's an extra unlock where like you can see more than that. I don't know if that was just the Japanese version. I don't, like I said, I do have the version, so when I unlock it, I will update you guys on what my finds are. So as for the game itself, I don't really see a complete guide about this game, so I started a brand new account. So I know it's confusing. I was talking about what I've unlocked and you're like, hey, he's only rank 1. Yes, I'm only rank 1. This is a new account just for you guys so we can start over together, and you guys can see exactly what you need to do, you know, what you should go for, what you should be thinking about doing next. So they have this little start button thing, and all it is a roulette, and when you click on it, it'll spin a little roulette, and whatever it lands on you get. After you do it 4 times a day, you get like 50 gems, and you have to wait every hour to do it. So let's do this and you'll see what I'm talking about. So here's the roulette, and you click start, and it'll spin, and whatever it lands on, you get. We have the 10 rolls for summoning, which is just for summoning a Waker, so it's not for the banners, but it's still nice to have, right? And this is probably the best thing you want on this whole roulette. Gems, trainers, basically trainers just gives you more experience. Little poster, this raises up their karma gauge, we'll talk about that later. Money, another trainer, and as you can see, you can only do this 4 times a day, and you can do it once an hour. So let's start it. 30 gems, that is not bad. Diamonds, not bad at all. I prefer the Waker scrolls, but beggars can't be choosers. So I did not summon. The only time I summoned is I got a free summon off of the Asmodeus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Asmodeus. And the Asmodeus and Belphegor. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. But the Lesson Sloth Descend banner. And I did the free one because you get a free summon for every banner except for even the Soul Mirror banner. And the Soul Mirrors is what I said, like we were talking about earlier. They're basically extra equips, but they look like an image, and you can complete the image to make the character stronger, and to see an extra picture of them that usually has them in some type of suggestive pose. Except you cannot get a free one for this banner. This is actually a separate banner that uses these little crystals, and those crystals are acquired usually through the main story. So, as you can see, I already did all of the free summons, and I actually got really lucky on this account, and I was able to get Asmodeus, as you can see. Super lucky. Like, it's if you guys don't know what the rates are, like, look, check this out. Rates are crazy. So the rate is, it's not too crazy, but I mean, it is kind of crazy. So the rate is 1.5% for a sin, and which is what Asmodeus and Belphegor are. There's sins. There's awakers and there's sins for now. There's going to be more types of characters, but right now we just have basically the sins and awakers. The reason why I say basically is because they're minions and nobody cares about the minions. And so sins, you have a 1.5 chance of getting one. That's really high. If you ask me, I play several gachas. I'm playing Final Fantasy War Divisions, and they're around 1% to be able to get like a 5-star. I think, do they do 5 stars? I don't know why I don't remember. That's where, like, I just logged in yesterday. I logged in for like 200 days in a row. You would think I'd remember it, but I'm pretty sure they do it by like levels or stuff. But anyway, 1.5 is generous. The problem is that the actual rate of each one is 0.75. That's because there's 2 of them on the same banner, and they split it in half. And like War of the Visions, they don't do that usually. Like normally, if a new character is coming out, you have, you know, the 1% chance to get a 5-star, and then the character will be like 0.8 or 9, or maybe it is 1% themselves. I think it's 0.8 though. But this one, these banners are specific to whatever sin that's on it, and then, like I said, if it's 2 sins, they're splitting that 1.5. So if you're looking to go for Asmodeus or Belphegor, your chances are kind of low. If you're just looking to get any sin, I mean, 1.5 is good odds. 2% for a Waker, for a 5-star Waker, very good odds if you ask me. 9.5% for a 4-star, good odds. And 4 stars are actually not that bad. I would prefer myself to get like a 5-star, but 4 stars are easier to level up, and they'll get you right into the action a lot quicker. 5-star Wakers are nice, but you need 1 extra copy to get their ultimate ability. So keep that in mind, because it's much easier to get their ultimate ability on a 4-star. And then on the 10th summon, 4-star Waker guaranteed, if not a 5-star RC. So the rates aren't bad technically, but if you're looking for a specific character, 0.75 can be quite small. And I ended up getting Asmodeus on the first free pull. Super lucky. But let's stop talking about my luck. Let's get to it. I saved up the scrolls so we can see what the summons are like. Right now I have 31. That's actually just from starting the game. So I know that they're going to do an update tonight. So I don't know though if they're going to get rid of all the pre-registration, you know, gifts and gadgets and doodads and stuff like that, which the 31 Awaker scrolls came from. I don't know if they're going to get rid of that tonight. But if they don't, this guide will still go on until, this guide would still be accurate until they decide to get rid of it, all the pre-registration rewards. So let's go ahead and roll so we can see what we're looking for. And I can tell you what's good, what's not, yay, nay, from just looking at summons. And then we'll go through the Awakers, and I'll explain after you get a little taste of this. I'll explain which ones I think, in my opinion, are good and bad, and we'll explain all the different Awakers. There's a lot to this game, so let's get to summoning. So if it's blue like this, that means that I'm going to get my guarantee 4-star Awaker. So there goes one of them. There goes another. And since I've already ran into 2, I know I'm getting at least 3 because the 10th one will be a 4-star because this is a 10 rule. Now these are just regular minions. Oh, here we go. Oh, so I got 4 4-stars. That's very lucky, very good. Even if you don't like 4-stars, like you can turn them into materials so that you can summon for 5-stars. So if you don't like the 4-stars you're getting and you keep getting dupes of them, that's something to keep in mind. They can eventually become 5-stars. And I'll tell you more about that later. So I'm guaranteed a 4-star, a 5. And there won't be any sense in this banner. It looks like there's going to be multiple, because that's what it shows when they shoot up like that. You can get a little glimpse of how many 4-stars you're going to get. Now Drusilla, which is the last one I just got, she's not that great. She's a healer. This one, I don't remember exactly, but once again, as Drusilla, she's not that great. Like, she's not part of meta. Drusilla again. And another 4-star pull with Evelina. She's decent. Not too bad. I'm not a big fan of 4-stars, so I'm probably not the one when it comes about like if a 4-star is or not. I honestly, like I said, I try to turn them into 5-stars, and that's because right now they're giving away 100 free summons. But you have to like progress through the story to get each 10 pull, which is total 10 pulls. So since they're giving that out right now, it's in everybody's best interest to save up these 4-stars and get 5-stars instead, because 5-stars are much more strong. But with that being said, like I said, there is good reason to having 4-stars to leveling them. Alright, not the best pulls, basic. We'll take that. Alright, so after I just summoned all this, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go to the mail because you get, after you pull so many times, you get an extra gift or reward. Like you can see it right here. When I pulled 10 times, I got to 200,000 gold. If I pull 9 more times, I'm going to get popular manga, which is used to upgrade people's karma, which we'll get very soon. So go to our cast, go to the list. Okay, so look, we got all these 4 stars. Aura is decent. Deals 160% attack as damage and grants the cast Keen. Keen just makes so they crit more. And Tear before the action. Tear down, crit damage bonus plus 30. So not only does she crit, she does more bonus damage. And I can go on and on about these different 4 stars, but let's just cut to the chase. Is she good? No. You're not going to see her in arenas. If you're playing just PvE, like just for the story, you can level up whoever you want. I think they'll do just well because they'll be easy to get. Let me show you their skill up, which is they're going to tell us 2 ways to perform skill up. You can use grimoires or you can use the same character. Grimoire is this book right here, which is a material you just use for their skill. Or if you get multiple characters, you can just use the extra copies to level up your skills. Consume same cast grimoires with the same initial rank or same cast boonry, which is boonray or whatever. It's like a skill. Instead of having a copy or the material grimoire, you can have something called a boonray or boonray. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's basically another character copy, but it's not a character. It's only specific to skill upping. And I think it's only for sins and everything else, like not awakers, like sins, virtues. They have other ones. Right now it's just sins, and they'll introduce the others later. But these things are specific to those really top tier characters. To unlock special move and advanced skill enhance. So what I was saying, it's easier to get this. This is what makes the character so much better. Like, I mean, obviously, if you ever played any RPG or gachas, you need extra characters to make the character stronger, and this is what they do. It's very hard with 5-star. It's incredibly hard with a sin. Impossible. Like, the sins at the most will probably get like +3 in this time because they're so expensive to get. Like right now they have some like package for Lucifer, which is top tier, by the way. It's really good. And their pack is like $50 for 25 summons. Ridiculous. You need 100 summons to guarantee. Like, so $50 for 25, so it's $200, right? For a guarantee. And that's not even to guarantee Lucifer because she's on a banner with this other sin. Her name is like Thariza. And she's not bad. But if you're going for Lucifer and you spend $200 and you don't get her, yeah, that's annoying. So at most you're gonna see in arenas like +2, +3. Like those are the whales. You're not gonna see a +15 now. Like you gotta throw tens of thousands of dollars to get that. And I don't see people doing that. But not tens of thousands, but thousands of for sure. As you can see, these things really matter. Like look at this, +10, this skill gets +30% skill damage. +100 base attack, which is a lot. Like a strong base attack character will have like 2,000. So +100, you can see, that's like a strong character. For early stage, yeah, you're already gonna start melting the game. Like at least the first couple of stages, you know, it's broken. And then these last two can only get completed when you have a full soul mirror, which is what we were talking about, the equipment that is an image of the character. So it's best if you want to really max something out and go for a 40. Now, what am I going to do? Well, you can pick which character you want. When you first get into the game, they give you a 10. What is that called? Like a 10 scroll that allows you to keep doing it until you get what you want. So you can use it to summon repeatedly till you find the 5-star that you want. Fruka is top tier right now. She's really good. I'll go through her abilities. I'm not going through 4-star because, but the 5-star I will. So with her, she deals 90% attack as damage 2 times and inflicts speed up on the cast. Speed up is +5%, and it can go up to 5 stacks, lasts for 4 turns. She's broken. Her second ability, which you don't have to do anything, you just start with, so you get the first and second ability for free. Second ability, Crescent Moon, deals 100% attack as damage 2 times. There's a 60% fixed chance to increase the move gauge of 2 random allies by 20%. Now here's the keyword, fixed chance. Now when I first read this, I didn't know what that means. I have been playing for a while, I get it. Fixed chance means that you actually can manipulate your chances of inflicting effects on characters and like your enemy essentially. So what I'm saying is, if you go to their equipment, you see where it says effect hit 23%. So if something has a fixed chance, this does not, it does nothing. And the reason why these numbers exist is because this is the equipment, which I don't have any, but when you have an equipment, you stick it in these slots. And so for the first slot, I can put some type of circle in there, and that circle can increase effect hit. And it'll be pointless to do that for her because her ability is a fixed chance. So there's that, right? Her ulti is Thunder Shock, which deals 280% attack as damage and increases the move gauge of all allies by 30%. Broken. She speeds up your whole team. This is why everybody uses her, because not only does she speed up your whole team, but she is a good attacker. So there are other characters that would speed up your whole team, but that's like basically their whole mechanic. But her, she'll speed up your whole team and she'll do damage. So she's really broken, but not too broken. That's because Sins are way more broken than 5-star Awakers. But she's a really good 5-star Awaker. And her passive is Dragon Blood. Spirit Advance 1. Reason why it says 1 is because when you level it up, you can go to 2 or 3. Like it says right here, Spirit Advance 2, Surge, Speed Surge 2. But on the first one is when dealing damage, there's a 15% chance to increase the move gauge of all allies, excluding herself. That's what it means by the caster. By 15% up to 1 time. Speed Surge, once again, another passive. Her speed goes up by 4% just cause. Spirit Training. When dealing damage, there's a 15% chance to reduce skill cooldown by 1 up to 1 time. Crazy. So reduce skill cooldown, I mean, if you don't understand what that means that your skill will come back faster by 15%. That's what a cooldown means. It means when you use an ability, you have to wait for it to come back, and that's considered a cooldown. So that's really good. Right here, this is my girl, Punica. Absolutely. If you're trying to get far without spending not very much money, she is the one. When you first start the game and you're trying to decide which 5-star Awaker you want, if you're trying to get, like I said, far without putting too much in, this is your girl right here. A lot of people don't think of her as a great character. That's because I don't think they understand truly how the game works. And this is coming from somebody who, on my other account, I'm top 200 right now. The only reason why I'm not top 100 or lower is because I actually need to get on my account and spend my arena tickets to join arena games and start winning some more, because it is actually pretty competitive even with it being new, and every hour I wait it pushes me back like so many, I was top 100 and then in like 3 hours now, so I'm probably like I said, top 200 right now because it's pushing me further back. I have to keep coming back and keep joining the arenas to stay up there. But this is coming from somebody who's around top 100 in the arenas, and I'm telling you that she is broken and people don't understand because her hit effect, people don't really fully get that right now because it's a new game. In Japan, I'm pretty sure they're on top of it, but even in Japan they don't consider her top tier, and I'll tell you why. It's because the game has been going long enough for them to have characters that have their skills way high. She's going to be really good early game, but as time goes on, her effectiveness is going to go down. And the reason being is because if you go to your sign up, not your sign up group, did I grab that? Oh, see, if you sign up, which is, your account, let them know what your email is. Steps. Bam. Then you get these free gifts. Day 1, Awaker Scroll. Day 3, Diamonds. Day 5, Awaker Scroll. Day 7. So please do that. It's free, and all you have to do is give them your account. If you're one of those people that like do that, I mean, you can't even like verify it. Well, you won't be able to secure your account without an email anyway. So just give them some type of email you just made, or an email you don't care about if you're that kind of person. But what I was talking about is for Punica, is if you spend $1, you get a charge bonus, but basically it's a top-up bonus. That as if you spend any kind of money, you immediately on day 1 will get a 5-star Punica. So I suggest that if you don't want to spend very much money, but you want a really good character off top, get Punica, come here, spend $1 on spend $1 on 30 diamonds just for $1, and then you can claim this, you can get another Punica off top. So then now she already has her ultimate ability, and then on day 2 you get 10 more Awakers and some more coins, which is good because I'm dying for coins on my other account. And then on day 3 you get her Boon Ray. Oh, see, so it's not just for Sins, Boon Rays are also for Awakers. But that is so good. So for $1 you get a +2 Punica if you grab her as your first 5-star. If you choose her as your first 5-star, you get a +2 off top. Very good. I mean, now if you're willing to spend a little bit more cash, you can, for $30, so 29 more bucks, you'll get 1,000 evolution gems and a whole set of her soul mirror. And once again, her soul mirror is an equipment that is an image of her. You need 3 pieces to complete that image. You get a full set, and not only is it a full set, but it's the highest rarity, which is purple. So you automatically get her stronger. On the second day, you get another 1,000 evolution gems, which you need 3,000 to rank them up, which we'll talk about that later. But then you get another set of her outlaw. Now, why have 2 sets? There's actually 2 types of soul mirror. There's a soul mirror normal, and there's a soul mirror plus. So you get her regular soul mirror, which they don't explain this. You get her soul mirror plus, and then the third one, you get more gems, which this is 3,000 gems, which is a full rank up. So not only do you get her soul mirror completed, both of them, you get to rank her up as well, and you get another set for this girl in the back. Broken. Now, because you spent $30, you automatically get to unlock this as well. Now, if you just spend $10 because you just want her, you can do that. I don't suggest it. I would say to go for Punica and spend $30 because you want a stronger Punica, and she's just a bonus. Don't spend $10 specifically for her. She's good, but she's not PvP good. She's only PvE good, and even then, she has her limits. But what makes her really good is that she has an AoE that attacks everybody on screen. That makes her really good. It's just it's not very high in damage. It's strong. It's just it's not going to kill everything. It will do damage to everything. You get her for free, and not for free, for $10. You get trainers, which is experience. You get a 10 times 10 Awaker Scroll, 200,000 coins, and you get her Boon Ray, whatever, and 30 popular posters for her Karma. Not a bad deal if you already got the $30 one. Asmodeus gift, come here. By the end of today, you won't be able to get this anymore. By the time I upload this won't be here anymore. But it's nice to see, right? We know it's going to be up in 3 hours. Reason why I say it's nice to see is that we don't know if these events are going to come back. So if you're curious on what was the first event, we're going through it now, which is the Asmodeus and the Befagor. And this is what it looks like. 490 for times 5 scrolls, 490 gems. And the rest are actually paid. That's what this little money symbol is. So for 990 paid diamonds, you can get 10 less scrolls. For $15.90 paid, you can get 16, 30 trainers, 25 toys. The highest one is for $61.90 paid diamonds. You can get 95 less scrolls. Some more stuff, right? Is it a good move? It's the best move. If this comes back, or if the next banner has a similar thing, I suggest doing this. If you're gonna spend some money, some buku. The reason why I say some buku is because $61.90 I think is equivalent to $100. Pay gem. I think no, it's equivalent to $200. Oh, and we'll see. I mean, I might be speaking too early. I think it's 200. And then for the Lucifer scroll set, this is still going on. 7 days left. You can spend $13 for 5 scrolls. Why? Don't do this. This is stupid. Like, you're just throwing money away, because 5 scrolls more than likely won't guarantee you. You can never say no, though. I mean, not say no. You can never be sure, though, because I mean, for one roll, a free roll, I got Asmodeus. Just as a free one roll. So, I mean, if you want to try your luck, $13 for 5 of them, I mean, whatever. But let's go to the store and let's see how much $61.90 is. So yeah, 200. Because for 100 it's $32.90. So for $200, you can almost guarantee you having almost guarantee you getting a Asmodeus. Here's the thing though, I say almost guaranteed because for every 10 you get one of the little items, and let me explain. You see how it says 10? When you get 10 you get this. This is an item that you can use to exchange for Asmodeus or Belphegor. The problem is you need 12 of them. So every 10 you get one. So you need 120 summons to get one of those characters, and it shows right here. The Asmodeus, you need 12 right here. So you get 95 summons, but you still need 25 more to get it. Yes, this game is expensive. This is why I'm saying like most people won't have their character fully skilled up early game, and use that to your advantage, because a lot of people are going to spend hundreds, maybe even $1,000, and they'll only get like 3 sins and like 1 skill, 2 skill maybe, and you can have like a Punica for like a +8 already, and that is really good early game. Get a right foot into the game and keep your foot on everybody's necks. You know what I'm saying? Like, go in arena, +8 Punica, you know, get yourself a nice Furka, which is, if you don't remember, which is this one right here. Get yourself a nice Furka, keep your boot on their neck, you know what I'm saying? If you get lucky, because I still have 70 more scrolls to get. If I get, let's see, if I get like, who would I, as a close to free to play, I only spend $1 on this account because I'm not trying to spend much. I already have another account I spent like $200 on, but I'm trying not to spend much on this account. So far I only spent $1, and I'm trying to keep it that way. And I only spend $1 so I can get that Punica. Only reason why. And if I were to not have Asmodeus, I just had Punica, and I started off with Furka, right? What else would I do, right? So this is the fun part, because on my other account I just have broken characters, and I'm kind of having fun with that. I'm glad. I don't regret any of the money I spent on this. This game is very fun to me. But on this account, or for anybody else that's planning to go free to play or very low to play, I gotta say this. Garcia is broken. I was talking earlier about characters that give movement, and that's basically their whole spiel. So she's one of them, and it's this ability. This is her. You don't have to get another copy to get this ability. She starts off with it. But it grants 3 allies Iron Wrist and increases their move gauge by 40%. This is maxed out though, because what I'm looking at right now is the Soulpedia, which shows all the soul characters. I mean, all of the characters except for like some sins that you don't know exist, which is Tharza. For whatever reason, she's not on here. But you get to see what all the characters are and how strong they could be at max and what their abilities do. If I remember correctly, it's not 40%, it's only 20% at level 1. But increase their gauge by 20% and it grants Iron Wrist. Iron Wrist increases attack by 30%. If I remember correctly, I think it's only 20% as well. It's much lower than, not much lower, but it's lower than what's being said here. That's really good though. You can just go in and just start wrecking some kids. This is her whole kit. Her whole kit is to get her to go first, or to go, because like she doesn't have a lot of defense and health. So you gotta somehow get her to come out, which you can use that with equipment, like increase her speed. Get her to come out, get her to use this, and she's done. Get her to use this on your strongest character, and she's done. She's, wash her hands clean. She's resolved of all sins. She's done. You know what I'm saying? She's good to die now and join heaven. Like, she doesn't need to be on the battlefield. She's super good. Now, if she does happen to last, her ulti is really good. Deals 250 attack as damage, revives all defeated allies, and restores 35 HP to them. What? She does damage, she brings back your whole team, and gives them a little bit of health. She's super good. So, if you want, to go with like a more cheaper route, she's a must-have, because you're gonna have a hard time filling out your team with characters that are really going to be helpful if you're not going to get any. She's must-have. Another not must-have, but it's somebody you really need to think about, is Seer. Now, if you're not going to have a Lucifer, which like I said, I'm top 100. Every team has a Lucifer. Every team. Like, you can't make it the top 100 without having a Lucifer. She's so good. She's so broken. She's the reason why people would spend any kind of money in this. Like, Asmodeus is cool. I think she's super good, but she definitely is niche. Same thing with Belphegor. Belphegor is top tier, but she's only top tier late game. Early game, she's just getting demolished. She doesn't have really a lot to stand on, and she's all about her defense, and her defense isn't that great early game. And who else is top tier? Oh, Tharza, which she's not on here, but she's on the same banner as Lucifer, and she's top tier. She doesn't show top tier online, but I will tell you that, like I said, I've been top 100. Tharza, she is broken. It's almost disgusting how good she is. The problem is the reason why people don't consider her top tier, and I can see why. I mean, I don't have her on my team. I hate fighting her though. I don't have her on my team. I'm not going to spend that much money. Like, I already spent enough. But the problem with her is that she doesn't have high attack power. Her abilities give high percent in attack, like 400% and stuff, which is really high. But for some reason, when she hits my team, the only people she's melting is like Garcia. Like, Lucifer eats it. You know what I'm saying? Belphegor eats it. Like, most of my characters just eat it. So it's like, it's not that big a deal, but her status effects are insane. We'll get to her later though, because she's not in this page. But if you don't have a Lucifer, because she actually causes stun, like right here, this is her AoE ability, deals 330 attack as damage, inflicting injured on the target, which means that they can't. If they heal, it doesn't do much. And stun on the enemy with the highest speed. So, she has stun in her kit. You're going to see a lot of Lucifers the higher you get. Seer is your only saving grace. So if you're thinking about joining arenas, but you don't want to spend very much money to get a Lucifer, you need a Seer. Like, it's 100%. You need a Seer, and not only that, you need a Seer with speed. If you're not going to have a traditional top tier team, you need speed. You need speed for multiple reasons. For one, Seer, her first ability is deals 80% attack as damage 3 times. After dealing damage, the cast has a 40% chance to remove stun from all allies. That's max. I think it's like 20%. But that's good. So just by attacking, she can get stun off your team. Her second ability, which you get for free, you don't have to get a copy. The first two abilities you get for free. Deals 280% attack as damage. After attacking, recovers the HP of all allies and removes stun from them, granting them stun immunity for 2 whole turns. The HP recovered is on 140% of attack. So, reason why you need speed is because if you're going against Lucifer, she's going to off top come out, use AoE damage, and stun one of your people. Usually, it's your best person, because if I remember right, it stuns the person with the highest speed, which the person with the highest speed is usually your best person. Because, I don't know why, I think it's just like, if you're focusing on leveling up a character, then they're usually going to have the highest speed. Not because speed increases with level, but speed increases with your rank up. So if you have a character you're really ranking up, he's going to be, or she's going to be your fastest. Oh, well, not, there is no he's going to be your fastest. So you need to hurry up and get that character out of stun. And if Seer gets her turn before your other character does, then she can unstun him. Now, in the sense of Lucifer, that doesn't really make much sense. You want to use this strategy for all stuns, because it doesn't make sense for Lucifer, because Lucifer does highest speed. So if Seer has your highest speed, then it's not going to stun your strongest character, right? So, like I said, you doesn't really work for Lucifer, but you do want to focus on speed equipment for Seer, because you want to get stun off as fast as you can. The reason why stun doesn't affect Seer, so like let's say she has the highest speed and the character stuns her, her passive does multiple things. It has hide weakness, which damage taken from advantage type is negative 30%. It's actually low, it's like negative 15 on a start. On like the level 1 with negative 15. This means that if there's somebody that's like her weakness, she can save herself a little bit of that cushion of the damage. So it won't be as strong. Harmony, at the start of a turn, remove stun. So what this means is that if Foxy is stunned, she won't be. If she gets stunned, as soon as her turn comes up, takes it off, so she'll be fine. This is why she's so good against stun teams. But you really have to focus on speed, otherwise she'll be really slow, and by the time you need a character to come into battle and do something, she won't be able to get them out of stun on time, and 1 to 2 turns is all it takes for you to lose a piece. Her ulti is really good. It actually revives. No, it gives all your characters invincibility. No, 3. Sorry, I should have read that. I'm just trying to speed through it. But it gives 3 allies, random allies, invincibility for 1 whole turn. Broken. So I would suggest speed equipment. I would suggest HP and defense equipment. Capitalize speed overall. The next thing you should focus on is HP. But she's really good. Liberator is not that great. Leon's not that great. Actually, I'm lying. Abelia, the Liberator Abelia is decent. She has stun. Her first move is deals 250 attack as damage and grants the cast Spirit. Spirit increases her attack. It can stack up to 5 times. Her second ability deals 84% attack as damage 3 times, and each attack has 45% chance of inflicting daze, which is stun, on the target. After the action, gains Spirit. Daze skips action for 1 turn. She's pretty good. She's not top tier, but if you're looking for a character just to play with, she's fine. She's not bad at all. Stolas is pretty good. She's not bad. Not top tier. She's pretty good. She does fracture, which makes it so that the enemy doesn't have oh no, she removes fracture. She does agony, which it says agony lowers their defense. Her second one does defense break by 50%. So she makes it so that if you're going against a defensive character, she's going to cut that character down. Their whole point of defense. But she's good. She's definitely she's not good. Bard is decent as she does fracture. Does she? No, I'm thinking of something. She does Iron Wrist, which increases attack for your team. She's decent. You won't see very many of her though. What else? Nona is good. Not top tier, not bad. She's good. She could be great. The problem with Nona is that I don't see her do a lot of damage. But her whole kit revolves around stunning. As you can see right here, stun, immobilize the target, and increases its damage taken. Very good. It's very good. Nothing bad or wrong about it. I would suggest though with Nona is the stun is very important for her. So if you do go Nona route, which I might use Nona just for fun, increase her effect chance with equipment because the stun is very important. If you're not stunning, then it's like, don't even use her because like I said, her damage isn't that great from what I've seen in PvP. I think it could be better. Maybe people are focusing so much damage on other characters that they're not even trying to increase hers. But from what I've noticed, you need that stun to pop off. Anastasia is not that great. Defense breaking. Yeah, but still, I've seen her defense break some people and she's not that great. I think the problem with her that she's power. A power character, like if you notice there's different colors, there's blue, green, and red, or pinkish, whatever. And the pinkish means like they're just power characters are strong. The blue means they're agility type characters, and the green means they're support. The thing is, if you're gonna defense break something, you want to defense break a power character. And problem is that like I said, she's pink, so she doesn't. She's the type that pink is strongest against is support characters. Like Spear, she's green. Like Cecilia, she's green. Sloth, she's green. She's good against Sloth because, like I said, she does defense breaking, and that's all of Belphegor's Sloth Belphegor. That's her whole kit is defense. So Anastasia is good against her, but like I said, early game, like nobody really cares about Belphegor too much. Like she's good, but she's not doing much at the moment. So Anastasia right now is a waste. She could be better in the future, but right now her defense break isn't. I don't see a lot of her. She turns down crit, so if she's going against a crit character, she makes them not crit as much. Daniela, I think she makes she does slow. Slow isn't bad. She's actually considered very high tier. I don't see very many of her. Anna's terrible. What does she do? I think she fractured. Which is attack negative 50%, but it's not, that's too high. I think it's like negative 20 at start, at level 1. So she just makes stronger characters weaker, which I'm not gonna lie. There's never been a time I've been fractured and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Now, if they are maxed out, which is, nobody's gonna be maxed out right now. But if they are maxed out, I think in the future, I'm going to be like, oh crap, I'm fractured. I'm so screwed. But right now, this is the character that I was talking about that does AoE and good for PvE. Her abilities also do daze. So daze just makes so that the character skips a turn. Problem is they don't proc off very often. 30% chance, so if you are using her, once again, increase her ability effect. So daze procs off a lot more. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, it's my kids playing dad games. But anyway, Yeah, increase that days. Let's see. Don't see very much of her. She fractures, she's listless, makes stronger characters weaker. Urka, we already know what she does, she's a baddie. Zoe's good too. I don't see a lot of her, but that doesn't mean she's not bad. The problem is Zoe is a 5-star version of Belphegor, which she's a 5-6-star Sin. So basically, Zoe is the little sister of Belphegor. That's why you don't see a lot of her, because if you're going to run her, you might as well run Belphegor. That's because Belphegor you can get for free right now. I don't know if that's going to be like that after the update tonight. But if it is, don't go for Zoe. Don't go for Zoe. Because Belphegor is the one. But what she does is she taunts. She taunts and does fracture. Her first ability does fracture. Her second ability taunts. So this is good. She weakens stronger characters and she makes them fight her. That's what you need sometimes. So that's why she's a very good character. And if you want two characters to do the same thing, yes, go for Zoe and Belphegor. It's not a bad idea, actually. Belphegor taunts. She also gets more defense as time goes on. She gets a shield. She doesn't make stronger characters weaker. But like I said, she does do a shield. And she's also, her defense is 1630 at max. That's high. Look, her defense is only 1105. 1630 though is the highest defense you're gonna get from any character. Even Lucifer has 953. Asmodeus 1061. Seer 962. Like, you see these defenses? Belphegor's defense is off the charts. The problem is I have one too, because like I said, she's free. And at start, it's really low. And not really low, but it's just as good as anybody else's. Only in time does it get good. So she'll be such a beast. But right now, she's not. Punica, we all know how I feel about her. Her Confuse is really what makes her good. So that's why I was saying you have to increase her her ability effectiveness, her ability effect chance, because 30% is low. I think as high as mine is now, it feels like it's 50 to 60%. It happens a lot. So if she's what you're looking for, increase that. Also, she's really tanky. 13,000 HP. I want to say that's really high. I mean, not too high. I mean, these characters, Nona's higher. I mean, she's higher than most agility characters. I just know that I have a lot of health equipment on her, and she's really tanky, and she does damage. Because like I use runes that have health and damage, that I like hybrid it, and so she's tanky, she does damage, and she confuses. And I make her attack their strongest character, and confuse makes them hit their own teammates. So not only does she keep the strong character off you, but she can make them do damage to their own team. Now to me, this is just as good as taunting, because taunting you use for a character that can take it and that can keep the pressure on them. She can do just as good of a job if you make her continuously keep attacking the strong character. It won't even have a chance if the Confuse keeps proccing. That's why she's really good. And like I said, you can get her super good off top. Like, she's really nice. Amber is top tier apparently. I think she does fracture, yep. But I don't see very many of her right now. And then we get to the 4 stars. Like I said, I'm not too hung up on 4 stars, but what I will say about one 4-star I do care about, and I don't see her here. So I'll just go, oh, she's right here. Jacqueline. I think on my account she's like +8 or +9. What sets her apart is that her passive ability gives the team her passive ability has a supportive effect. So some support characters have supportive effects, even agility characters. So some characters have supportive effects, and what this is that you get one effect for your whole team. and it can only come from one character. So she has a supportive effect that increases the speed by 6, but at level 1 it's only 4. But anyway, that's good. There's not a lot of characters that just because they exist, you get speed increase. Just because she's on the field, everybody gets faster. And I was using her at first until I got Belphegor, because you won't get Belphegor immediately. You have to wait 7 days before you can get Belphegor, and you have to go through the process of doing all the achievements and unlocking stuff, and then eventually you'll get her if she is still here after the update time. And today is it is May 2nd. So if it's still like this on May 3rd, go for Belphegor and keep upping Jacqueline, and then replace Jacqueline with Belphegor or with any other good 5-star support. Like even you can replace Jacqueline with Zoe, because she's a support as well, and you don't want too many supports. But the reason why I was like, yeah, just get her stronger and then replace her is because there's no other 4-star that I see that's worth your time except Kaylene. She's a healer and she does damage. She does freeze. She does iron wrist, which increases the damage of your team. She's also a healer. So I thought she does freeze. I guess not. I thought she did freeze. But she does iron wrist, which makes her team stronger, and she heals, which is really good. She's a offensive healer, and this is why Drusilla is not as good, because all she does is heal. But you can get some healing from her, and she's offensive. So I've seen some people try to run her. I've seen some people try to run Kay. Kay does stuns. I think it's days. There. Now it looks like she increases move gauge. Okay, that's not bad. Increasing move gauge, so if you want faster team, K's part of that. I didn't know that. I never fear a K though. I mean, you barely even see her. And I heard that Marilu is good too. What I mean by heard, actually I seen on the top tier websites. She can be good. All she does is fracture, I believe. No, she pursues. Like I thought it was fracture because I know she goes for the strongest. Reason being is because techers do more damage to agility, I believe. Supporters, but she's supposed to go. It says deal 55% attack as damage 3 times. If this attack is a critical hit, there's a 50% fixed chance to pursue the enemy with more damage, 150. Same thing with this. Deals 110 attack as damage 2 times. There's a 50% fixed chance to pursue the enemy with 150% attack. So he just stays on the enemy and just keeps going at him. Or her, I should say. So with the right build, she can be good, but she's definitely not going to kill Asmodeus or a Lucifer. But she can definitely wreck a Garcia. You can definitely do her worse on a Nona. You know, you can definitely go for Furka, for sure. You can definitely try to get at Zoe. Like she definitely can do good. So if you're gonna go for a 4-star, Kaylene, Marilu, or Jacqueline. Jacqueline, like I said, you won't see very many people talk about her. I like her because of her speed increase. She's not bad as an attacker either. She's not. You'll see that when you play with her. Like she's not bad, but you can definitely do better. And that's it for all the characters. Now, the one character we didn't talk about is Thryza. This one. She's broken. Deal 270% attack as damage. If the cast HP is full before the action, inflict charm when attacking. If the target is affected by charm, additionally deal 120% attack as damage one time. And charm makes it so that your character is like confused and they'll attack their own ally. Except the only difference is that they have weaker attack. That's the only difference. Her second ability is crazy. Deal 420% attack as damage to one enemy. Before the action, remove all damage reduction from the target. That's broken. And then, if the target is an agility type, randomly pursue 3 enemy targets with 200% attack damage and a 60% fixed chance to inflict charm on them. So she's broken because she uses this ability. If they have any kind of shield, it's gone. She attacks them, and if it's an agility, she attacks 3 total instead of just 1. And not only that, she can charm possibly all 3 of them. It's only a 60% chance, but 60% is high. It's fixed though, so you can't change it. And she gives heal. After that, she grants all her allies heal, which means they just get health every turn. Broken. Her ulti, deal 420% attack as damage and inflicts fracture on the target. Before the action, grants the cast all damage reduction. When you don't want her to ulti. This is why I said she's a headache. When you see her, the first thing you want to do is attack her, because if she has full HP, then she can inflict charm just off top with her normal attack. So the first thing you do when you see her is attack her, forcing her to use her second ability when it comes to charm. So this is a good thing, right? You don't want her to charm off top because she'll start the battle, hit you, and charm. You want to hit her first so her HP is not full, so she can't do that. But back to her ulti. Before the action, grants the cast all damage reduction. So before she even attacks, it makes it so that she will not take damage. Why? Before she attacks, there are some characters like Belphegor, when you attack them, they instantly counter and do damage to you. It's a tanky offensive thing that some tanks do, and so she makes it so that if she's attacking a tank, she won't take damage. After the action, grants the cast Heavenly Charm, recovering 80% HP. So not only does she get to keep the damage reduction after she's done attacking, which is insane, it does last for a whole turn. So she'll attack you with her ulti, get basically invincibility. It'll last all the way till she comes back. She'll fracture the enemy, making them do less damage, and she gets Heavenly Charm on herself. And when this is on her, she is, when affected by this status, inflict charm on an attacker after taking damage. It lasts for 2 whole turns. So her ulti is crazy. Like I said, when you see a Thryza, attack her off top, just one attack, so she doesn't immediately start charming. Then start focusing on their strong character, but then come back to Thryza. Because if you let her just sit there, she's going to get her ulti, and when she gets her ulti, you're really screwed, because she'll won't take damage for that whole entire turn. That your turn comes back and you're like, oh my gosh, you just ulti me, I need to do something, and you try to attack her, it won't do damage. So she'll ulti, do that, and then not only that, you can't attack her. Not only will she not take damage, but you can't attack her for 2 whole turns, because whatever attacker you attack her with will charm, will get charmed. So she's broken, and that's not even it. That's not even it. Like I said, attack her, come back to her so she doesn't ulti, but the coming back to her is still a problem, because her passive, when a battle starts, she gains immunity to crowd control and lasts for 3 turns. She also, when the battle starts, grants the cast Unyielding Will and gains immunity to death for 1 time. That's crazy. So like I said, you attack her, make her weak, like just so she's not at full health. You come back to her to try to finish her off, do some more damage. Like, cause you did like a little bit of damage, now you're gonna do like 80 to 90% to get her out of here, right? Because she's easy to kill. But then you have to wait for another character on your team to come and finish her off, because she won't die. When you try to finish her off, she comes back. Like what? And hold on. And when triggered, inflict charm on 2 enemies with the highest attack, and recover her HP by 50. So, all right, battle, right? Battle. You see a Thryza, you attack her. You now start attacking the strongest character. You almost killed them, or you killed them. You come back to Thryza. Try to finish her off before she gets her ulti. She didn't die. You used a coup de grace. Try to kill her. You didn't die. She came back, and then she charmed the person you were attacking her with. Hopefully not, because it does 2 enemies with the highest attack power. So yes, if you try to kill her with your strongest character, she doesn't die. She comes back. She charms him and somebody else, or her and somebody else, and then she gets 50% of her HP. This can turn the tide of a whole entire game. Her ulti can turn the tide. Her dying can turn a whole entire tide. This is why I said get rid of the strongest character if you can really quickly after you hit her once, because if she's still alive, I mean, yeah, if their strongest attacker on the enemy team is still alive when she is supposed to die, she's gonna come back, charm your team. Your team won't be able to finish off their attacker, and now their attacker is just beating your team's butt, and there's nothing you can do about it. She's so good, it's crazy, but she's not good in combat. Like in combat, she's easy to handle, but she does so much with her status effects that you not only have to be like careful with status effects, you have to be aware. Like there's a way to deal with Thryza, and you have to understand this way. This is why I love this game, because like it's not straightforward like other gacha games are that just have anime with fat tits and you're like, oh yeah, you know, this is cool. Like, no, there's so much strategy involved, and each character has a certain way you have to deal with them. And then when you have a whole team full of all these different characters, it's like playing chess. Like you have to know how to do it, and it's so beautiful. It really is. All right, so we have another roulette wheel, so let's go ahead. Start this up. All right. Well, this is going to end part 1 of the complete guide. I'm going to have a part 2, so I'm going to be uploading this in parts. Mainly because we talked about all the characters and who you should be looking for, who you should go for. Now the next part, I want to actually play the game, and so everybody can see what it is that they should be doing day to day, right? Like, you know, understanding, you know, the campaign, the little system they have with the questions, what it does, dailies, like what you should do them, why, the Kuzuna quests, which is for karma, which we haven't explained that yet, but we'll explain that next time, and the limited event, which isn't really that great, but it's definitely worth something. So before I go, this is what I was talking about. This is how you get a free Belphegor, and you have to complete 7 days of these. All right, so thank you for joining Dad Games, and you know, I'll see you next time on the next video. All right, you guys take care.